What's in traffic? Ooh, children and leash dogs.
You get a little tally love up in here. Let's see. Jackson, you eating pizza? Is that pizza? You know when you forget you're being videotaped and you do stuff? I've done it.
Same.
Yeah.
Often.
All right. If everyone could take 60 seconds to pull up their notes from the video debriefs, please. While I erase this. All right, random appreciation. Jackson Montgomery, what do you appreciate?
My mom. She's amazing, man.
I can tell.
Wonderful woman.
Señorita Amador, what do you appreciate? I'm sorry, with your mouth.
My family. Sorry, I was muted.
Pie Lamb, what do you appreciate? Oh, you're muted. Oh, I got you. I think. Go ahead.
I just appreciate the opportunity to be alive and be on this planet, thinking about Parkland and those.
Yeah, I got prayer sent out for sure. A lot of stuff going on. Eddie De Las Cuevas, what do you appreciate?
Well, I appreciate many things, sir. Mostly just, I mean, I honestly just really love being here in class with everyone.
Good.
And school worship specifically.
All right.
And you know, I'm gonna appreciate it when Jackson sends me some pizza.
Yeah, nice. Rhiannon Smith, what do you appreciate? Last one. I don't even see you, but I hear your presence.
I appreciate the wonderful people in my life.
Oh, nice. I don't have that. All right. Everyone's got their debrief notes out, please, and thank you. So I want to. This one will be a little bit shorter. The next level group debrief, not so short, because I want to cover the big three. Kathy Vasquez. If you look at the order of our prep today, I went through the first part of first 10 days, AT1, AT2, and the objectives and how important they are. So what are some things standing out with regards to that video and things that are going to work its way into our first 10-day management? It's one of the best first 10-day videos. It's a little outdated because it's based on a 3-day training, but there are a lot of big things that it doesn't matter what training you still have to pay attention to. Let's just start there. We'll go first years first, and then if you run an office or if you've been an assistant, you guys go next. Hello?
Hello.
Amanda, go for it.
Yeah, one of my biggest takeaways from the Kathy Vasquez video is that reps need to know that PDI is mandatory for their success. So it's not like, oh, I have a phone call with my manager. They know it's coming and they know it's going to help.
Right. And, you know, part of that's going to be set up by our training. And I'm not sure if this is going to be something I videotape or I'll teach you guys. But in our 2-day seminar, we say, hey, guys, if you're selling a car, right, and you say no to the first offer, does the guy say, get the hell out of here? No. He says, oh, okay, no problem. And they always ask questions. They say, okay, no problem. Just so I know, well, is it too much for the price or is it too many options? Was it too much for the price, like out of the budget, or is it too many options? And then if they say it's too much for the price, what do they try and do? What do they do? What does the car dealer try to do if he said, oh, it's the price? Yeah, they're trying to give you a deal. They say, you know what? Let me talk to my manager real quick. So guys, we do the same exact thing. Mrs. Jones, you know what? Let me call my manager. Don't let price be a reason why someone doesn't get Cutco. Don't let price. If it's I hate your product or those knives are just terrible, okay, you're not going to sell them Cutco. That doesn't happen. But if it's price, you call us and we will work out a deal. And I give 5 examples of deals we make. It would have been a 0. If they say, oh, you know, it's too many options, what does the car salesperson do? They say, oh, you know what? No problem. What do they show you now? A different car with what? Smaller options. And that's when I teach dropping down. It's also how I teach PDI. So to Amanda's point, PDI, see, nowadays I'm really against the, hey, you have to or else management. Even though there's a time and a place, there's standards and protocols. But hey, guys, one of the things that needs to happen in order for us to coach you and for you to be successful is proper communication. And one of those things is check-in and PDI. And here's why. And that's one of my ways of explaining PDI, which is that's how you close the sale. That's how we know you're doing the appointment. It's how we help you make money. Good. Other takeaways from Kathy's and next level can pitch in too. This is my favorite. Kirsten, go ahead.
A couple things. One, kind of just what Amanda said in regards to.
Oh, sorry. That was for Jackson. Sorry. Go ahead, Kirsten.
In regards to PDI, it's important that a manager is careful with their words and they're not using too much emotion or sensitivity when they're talking to their rep. Like she gave an example of saying like, you can be like, oh, tomorrow's gonna be a better day because it could very well not be a better day.
Yeah. What do we say instead? Not tomorrow's going to be a better day. Tomorrow's going to be a new day.
And then also giving as much effort and communication with the reps through their entire fast start and not just the beginning for to get optimal results.
Yeah. Part of what you said earlier, Kirsten, I'm not a really big Winter Olympic fan other than the really big main name, like big stage, Lindsey Vonn and those kind of things. There was another girl who just won a gold medal, but then she didn't place in the second race. And she said, I got so high on my first goal that I think I was too exhausted by the time I get to the second race. And that's so much of fast start management is how we react to, and part of it's doing the job culture. I saw the homemaker, you know what not to say. Oh, that's terrible. Right. That's okay. Okay. Sometimes we take it too far. I sold a homemaker. Oh, Kirsten, I gotta have to work harder. We really need to teach you how to sell, because if you're only selling homemakers, so that's taking it too far the other way. I sold a homemaker. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. You're killing it right now. That's anti doing the job. There's a healthy balance of being even keel, and so much of management is like that. But ready? Here's hopefully the light bulb. If managing reps to stay even keel is going to cause them to be more successful, who should also take that damn advice? All of us, right? We should also be even keel. So when we launch 10 and they sell 20 grand first weekend and we just signed 15 on the day and I'm averaging 300 names for this first launch, don't get too high on the high. Right? And then vice versa. When you're the office or offices that are getting crushed, and don't get too low on the low. It's the same thing. Question or comment? Okay, other takeaways.
I think just structure equals success. I mean, the more organized you are, the easier it'll be.
Yeah, I mean that's the name of the game, right? Most branches are chicken with their head cut off for about 3 months straight, and then boom, there's the summer, and then now it's time to sell. Good.
I got one, Jeff.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So of course, like development is big, and of course it's like going down. So, but when she was saying like when you're getting the goals, it's like asking like, hey, have you heard of our branch program? Have you heard of our like entrepreneurship internship? It's like the best way to lay down the foundation to start a company, whatever you want to know how to operate a business, knowing how to run a company, how to start your own business is phenomenal, right? This is the best business class you'll take.
Yeah. It's a TLA stump speech, more or less, right? And TLA, for us, let's take this. Version 2.0 for a manager to really have great development is proper promotion of TLA. So when you have a TLA buzz in your office, people who have offices where TLA is exciting for people and they're hungry for it, have better development, better recruiting, better sales. But what's 3.0? TLA is not the big thing. TLA is just a means, and part of what overall concept, theme, or promotion we talk about all the time.
Best version.
Best version. TLA helps you to do what? It's part of the process of doing what? Yeah, you guys are thinking like all life. I'm talking just in general, like as far as doing Cutco and our programs. TLA is a part of doing what? or becoming a
5-star recruit.
Becoming a 5-star recruit, and that's why people like to do Cutco through college, right? So the big things for us, I would say, is TLA, but it's like this. Here's the pecking order. TLA creates opportunities to do Cutco through college, and you become a 5-star recruit. Those 3 things become in your arsenal. This is kind of not the talk, but if those are in your arsenal, it's a big deal. Good. Thanks, Brandon. Other takeaways quickly?
I think just to piggyback off of what Tracer was saying, there's a key phrase that I got: everyone can handle things that go well, but champions can handle things that don't go well. So like you was saying, struggle equals success.
Yeah. So much of how people think is how we teach them to think. Do you know why, excuse me, why all of you act and think a certain way and don't talk with your mouth full like me? I'll take it back to your banquet because you're all Gamboas, right? Right, Kirsten? You guys are all Gamboas. And the things that we talk about and how we handle adversity. In our division, we have a saying, don't be a problem reporter, be a what?
Problem solver.
Problem solver or solution finder, either one. Okay. If it's easy, we don't want it. Circle of influence, all these things. But that's based on what and how we teach our people to think. So good point. Other takeaways?
I have a takeaway. I think it was when you mentioned like focus on helping your people get what they want. I think you mentioned it in one of the other videos we watched. It's just like when you're talking to them, don't say what you want for them. Just let them speak to you about their goals and their long-term goals in their life, and then apply Cutco things that will help them reach those goals.
Yeah, isn't that part of our PDI talk from the last debrief? What do you want? How does this get that? And how are you doing? And that could be the shape of every coaching call. Hey, what did you want to get done this week, Jackson? Okay, how are you doing? Okay, so let's talk about that, either good or bad. That way, you notice I haven't given any scripts on what to say on PDI because I want you to be. We have those, and we will give you those, but you have to understand. We have to understand how to approach people as we're going through. Other takeaways, videos, first 10 day.
It's a new day.
It's a new day. Yep. Okay, here's what I'd like to do. I would like to go to the other video debrief on the NLG debrief. You want to pull those notes out, and I'm going to share screen. You guys remember this? And what I'm doing, I'm showing the video. If you guys want to open up the picture in the file for video debrief, the picture looks like this. Okay, so if you guys are looking at my screen, I just want to review. And in fact, I think this is a picture. If I were a new manager, or if I were any of you, I would make sure that every day I have this picture saved and starred on my phone. And every day I would take a look at it before I started the day. And I would look at it at the end of the night to review how I did and see what's up for the next day. So for example, let's just take, we'll start with Thursday. Right? Well, then better yet, start with the top right where it says AM routine. More or less, this is the morning routine, right? 6:45 or sometime before 6:45, you're up and you're primping. I think we were talking about Andrew at the time. So primp, 6:45. So that means your gym time, and for those of you that are on that track and have that that consistency going on, your gym time probably has to be well before 6:45 or in the evening after 9:30. To me, I don't think it makes a difference. Whichever one's going to help you get it in. Then 7:15, you probably have to leave your house, give or take. And I would say for sure, your routine should set you up to be at your office no later than 7:45. 8 if you're running late. That's the benchmark. And if you notice there on the top right-hand corner, it says 8 to 10 o'clock. There's a couple things happening. I got cut off. You can see. There's CC. Anyone know what CC stands for?
Conference call.
It does sometimes for conference call. And then NLG, what's the CC? 8 to 10 in the morning. What's happening? Yeah, Champions Club. Then you're also PDIing your reps. Okay. Facebook messaging or friending if it's still early in the summer. And then getting reps on the phone. So don't get distracted before 10 o'clock with anything else but those 4 things. Okay. To the right, it's kind of a little extra planning. Always take 15 minutes to look at your daily plan and the planner. take about 1, sometimes 2 hours for power hour for the week, 2 to 3 hours for the month, half a day for the campaign, so forth and so forth. So let's start with Thursday. Okay, so I'm going to zoom the picture up a little bit. So under Thursday, this was a great session with our NLG team. Before we start, can I get some takeaways overall before we do the picture? Takeaways from the next level group session that we taped and ran. Even next level, coming back to it. You raising your hand? Oh no, I just took your.
Yeah, I got one.
Go ahead, Brandon.
I think like a big one is like determining on whether or not you want to run like a Friday, Saturday interview or Friday, Saturday training or like a Thursday, Friday training, which will allow you to like pump in more people if you have like a Friday, Saturday. If you can run an extra interview or 2 on Thursday to pump that extra 5 to 10 in.
It's funny you say that because that's going to be part of our one-on-one conversation. Not all offices, but I am going to recommend some of our bigger offices run a Friday, Saturday training in May. Possibly June. And if it's rolling, don't stop, right? And some of you want to prioritize having Saturdays where you don't have to do the training and you're working on other things. I mean, to me, it doesn't matter, but you could argue both ways. So to your point. Good. Other takeaways from that session, especially even those of you that went through it like Brandon.
Just setting a big 3 for every day, and then making sure that big 3 is just focused on moving the business.
Yep. Sometimes we get really busy. Branches, you guys can agree with me on this one, where sometimes you'll sit there, you work the 10, 11-hour day, and you don't even know what you got done. Or you just worked. Like you were in your office from 7 in the morning till 9 at night. Was that 12 hours? Was that 14 hours? It's easy. It's really easy to work 14-hour days in vector marketing, but I don't know about you. Grant and Kirsten and David Delgado and Luke, myself. I mean, we weren't working in the office all the time till 10, 11 o'clock at night. Some pushes we were, but we were really efficient and we got a lot more done than any of you just because we were really objective driven. Other takeaways from next level, looking back, Eddie?
Yeah, I mean, kind of echoing Trace a little bit. I think of it mostly like with journaling in the morning. If you do the big 3 in your journal, because I do, I mean, it's a great way to literally just have your entire mentality for the entire day set, and just knowing what you need to get done.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is one of those things where if you're not doing it now, you're not really going to do it for the summer. You might start it now and say, "Oh, I'm getting ready for the summer," but it'll be one of the first things to go every time. So maybe for next year at this point. Let's start with Thursday. This is a general schedule. It's not 100% in stone, but it's 80% in stone. So if you look, I'm going to zoom in. So Thursday, 10 to 11 o'clock, we'll have a veteran conference call. So if you're a district manager, if you're not a new office, or you're let me say that this is for district offices and above. Okay, new DMs, you're probably more likely to join this call. That's 10 to 11. Then from 12 to 6:30 will be day 1, and then you'll have a 6:45 interview. So you guys see that? You guys can zoom in on your own if you need to. Go to the bottom. Here's the big 3. Okay, making sure you get the information to implement from the Thursday conference call, planning, and then I don't even know what I put down at the very bottom. It said you. Is that what that is? I actually don't know what I wrote there, what that is. Can anyone clarify? No?
I think that was just, you said take some time for you, find one day.
Oh, I see. Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, Thursday was like
Got it. Okay.
All
All right. And I mean, really, what's really the big objective for that day, function-wise?
rejuvenate.
Well, Thursday. Take a look at it. What's the main thing on Thursday, everyone?
Plan.
No, look at Thursday. What's the main function under Thursday? What's the big event?
Training.
Training. So what's the objective of the training? You got to get people getting demos and then PRs on the second day. So far, so good. Any questions? Friday, just a quick add-on. So Friday, this will be a high flyer workshop, 10 to 12. Some of these times are subject to change. Another 12 to 6:30, more or less. So Friday, your big objective, number 1, is the train seminar, right? Demos and PRs. Okay. Friday, Objective number 2 at the bottom, it says PDI with a dash and it says bench. That's benchmark PDI. We're going to talk about that today. And then it says at the very bottom, sign number. Okay. Sign number adjust. What does that mean? I know what that means. Who remembers from the video when it says sign number and adjust for Friday? Next level group, you guys were in part of that, and all of you should have watched the video. So what does that mean? Not all at once.
If you haven't met your goal for signing for the week, just adjust how many you need to sign for the day.
Yeah, that's where you assess. Okay, I'm about to go into my recruiting cycle for the weekend and for Monday. I got to get my stuff right. Okay, sometimes it's all right. I need to keep every list here for a fire number. It's Friday. I'm not giving any list to conveyor. I got to keep them all, even if it's more than I need, because I need variety. I need quality. Right? Or I need to do my active plan better. I need to brush up on my interview because my show to training was terrible. This is where you really have to adjust. So far, so good. Any add-ons to that out there? Okay, let's go to Saturday. Oh, sorry, someone chiming in? Okay, Saturday would be PDI to your new group. I'm recommending you could do a staff meeting there. I think if I'm a branch manager, I'm spending that morning planning, big time. Okay. And then, of course, you can start manager set 5. I would set 5. In fact, for those of you that are familiar with conveyor, we're recommending sending conveyor on Sunday, like sending out the texts on Sunday, but starting to set your fire number on Saturday. Okay. Okay. And then we'll also have a chance for some PSPs potentially on Saturday, but really a Saturday schedule with the 2-day training is going to be PDI, you're planning, and you set your PRs. That's really the day. And I would definitely have an interview in there. Okay, so far so good. And here's the set 5. Drive 100+ PRs, drive 10+ demos, and PDI your whole team. Questions, comments? Okay, we'll go to Sunday. So Sunday's all about if you go from the top down, there's PSP, phone jam, and then I notice in red. If you look at all the set 5 and set 10, Sunday there's set 10. Monday there's set 5 during AT1 and set 5 in the evening. There's set 5 in the morning on Tuesday and in the evening. So it's 10, 20, 30, 35, 40. Our schedule is set up for you to get 30 to 40 PR set personally. What was the bare minimum I said for fire number? Who remembers? Just about an hour and a half ago.
I don't say the wrong number.
What's
25.
25 if you screw up. If you screw up, it should be, take a look at the schedule. 25 should be, I got my 10 on Sunday. I got 5 on Monday, 5 on Tuesday, and 5 on Wednesday. There's my 25. That's if I screwed up. If you take it higher, you get a little bit on Saturday, more Monday night, and more Tuesday night. Let's go to, let me get another picture here because I cut it off. So if you go to the other picture, there you go. Sunday. Can you guys see my screen? Am I on share screen still? Nope, sorry. Okay. If you look at Sunday, it's PSP, set your 10, and phone jam. Big 3, pretty simple. PDI your team. The L stands for launch. Launch and old. Phone jam, you want to have about 5-6 demos per rep, and then set your 10 fire number. Monday's pretty straightforward. Now, we just did this for AT. Look at Monday. So from 10 to 2 is your AT. It's called 4 hours. You've got triple threat and rep driven going on there. So that's where you're going to get set 5 for sure. So remember that example of Palacios, my Columbus guy. I have to set at least 5 for my advanced training, and then the triple threats later. Go down the row or down the column. Then you set 5 in the evening. And who remembers, what are you going to use to fuel that set 5 in the evening on Monday night? Like what names?
The ones you saved, top 10.
No.
Oh, AT1, next best list.
AT1 triple threat, right? For the most part. Those are the ones that'll help you set your 5 throughout the day after AT1. Okay, so look at the priorities. Fire number, right? Sign 10+. That means sign people for interviews on the day, and then drive your sales rep to finish the week strong. Tuesday, it's kind of similar schedule. But if you notice, see, it says 2 to 4. 2 to 4 is PDI. That's benchmark PDI. And I'll talk about Tuesdays and Fridays are benchmark PDI. Okay. Big 3 for the day for every Tuesday is PDI, big, strong PDI for your team. You want to talk to 80% plus of your team. Sign 10 or more. And I put down adjust. That means if you're having a hard time with recruiting, you still have Tuesday to adjust and make. The way I see it is, if you have a terrible Monday, if you don't recruit anyone on Monday, you sign 1 or 2 or 3 people, you have Monday night and all of Tuesday to get really aggressive. Have your team triple threat post on the WhatsApp. Have reach out to reps one-on-one and offer them cash contests. Hey, I need 3 of your friends, Eric, this week. Whatever you have to do, you can still adjust. And then, of course, your fire number. Stop there. Any questions or comments? Okay, and then Wednesday. If you notice, set 5 in the morning sometime. And then the big 3 is pretty straightforward. Fire number, sign 10, and then your phone jam, you should be getting 6 or 7 per head, not 5 or 6. Who can tell me one more time why the Wednesday phone jam productivity should be a higher average, closer to 6 or 7, versus the Sunday, which is 5 to 6?
New launch.
Yep, new launch. Cool. Thumbs up if you understand. Everyone good? Okay. If this is to the point where you say in your mind, you don't have to say it out loud, you're going, I know this. I think that's good. And I think this is something, it's good if you implement it. But as we all know, and I'm looking at 2 former branches right now, I can see Sean's face, I can see Jackson. It's all in theory good to say, I'm going to focus on these 3 things. But then, life happens and the office happens. And it's really easy to get distracted. You worked 12 to 14 hours. You look back and you didn't do any of those 3 things. Right? Who's done that? Even as a rep, I'm going to get my 5 demos set today, and you do everything else on this God's green earth, but set 5 appointments for your day because you got distracted and you went to the gym. You did it's the same thing. The key to execution is prioritization. I'll stop there. Big takeaways from this section. This is like the 4th time we review this, and you notice as we get closer to the summer, there are 3 or 4 things we repeat every damn time. This is one of them. On purpose.
Just make sure you're setting your PRs.
Yeah, I mean, look at the schedule. We made it pretty damn easy for everyone. We're even telling you when to do it. Got it? The only thing I would add to this that I didn't put, if you guys want to make a note, are the PDI. So Tuesday, this is our next talk. PDI Tuesday is 2 to 4. PDI Friday would be from like 8 to 10 or 8 to 10:30, like in the morning. Okay, so 2 to 4 and 8 to 10 would be the 2 benchmark PDIs. I'll stop there for a second. Can any former branch manager, new district manager also give some commentary as to the importance of staying prioritized with your big 3, the power of this exercise, the power of this picture, why this schedule matters? I mean, Sean made a quick comment on why it's important to prioritize. But can anyone speak to that for the new guys so they really get this? They don't just hear it from me.
Yeah, I would say the importance of big 3 is just make sure, like, if that's the only thing that you get done throughout the day, if you do that, your business is moving forward. So as long as you keep your business moving forward, then you're going to be fine. You're going to see progress and results.
Yeah. I want to retract the statement I said. I said, if you're not doing certain things now and you didn't already get it by your banquet, it's too late. I do think getting up now is one of those things you can work on, like waking up early. Okay, it helps. I do think getting some level of physical fitness, I don't think you're going to have a set gym routine unless you're already working out like that now. But getting some fitness in can happen. Journaling, I think, is a tough one. I think if you're not journaling now, it probably means you're not getting up early enough. And if you're not doing it now, when it gets really, really busy, it's hard to do it in the summer. So stop there. Other feedback, Jackson, that was a great comment. How about from the other guys? Who are the other 4? Tyler, Rhiannon, Sean, Brandon, Delila's back at it. JP's back at it. Oscar's back at it.
Right now, it's really easy to look at this and say, like, oh yeah, of course, like, why wouldn't I do that? When do things start starting out in summer, it's really easy to get distracted with things that aren't as important. So understand now that you do have to be very disciplined in making, like, you have to force yourself sometimes to do those things that really move your business
it's going to be difficult, but you have to keep your eye on the vision of what is good for your business.
Yeah, this is a question I have for all those the same crew, right? 5 of you new guys and the 3 repeat branches. Let's list off one by one things that can distract you. Right? Rhiannon just said it's really easy for things to distract you. Let's list off a couple of those things. We'll go popcorn style, as Roman says. So, Jackson, give me one thing that distracts you from your big 3.
Your phone, social media.
Okay, so are you saying when you're being productive with social media or when you're just being distracted, period?
Distracted, period.
Yeah, I forget. Don't forget, you guys are all college students still. I agree. Brandon, Denny, another thing that takes you away at the end of the day, your big 3 were these 3 things, and you go, I didn't do any of those 3. What's another thing that can distract you?
Like a rep quitting, or like
yeah.
Like trying to
Ready? Putting too much energy into low return events. Right? You got a kid that didn't do any demos. Yeah, they're super sharp and they could do well. And you spend an hour and a half trying to save their life and talk about the power of growth. And you spend so much time, and this rep's quitting, rather just giving them a really positive send-off, professional send-off, and seeing if you can get some help with some PRs before they leave. Okay. How about we'll go to Rhiannon. And even I'm going to go to Kirsten too, because I know you've been part of the pilot. What else can distract you? Rhiannon, what's easily distracting as an office manager?
If you're not organized, like if your office is kind of messy, it's easy to be like, oh, I should clean this up now. And then you don't call the PRs and whatnot. Yeah, when should cleaning happen? Kirsten Casey, this should be in your brain, and every time I say red zone, you should twitch. When do you clean the office? Before you leave, not in the middle of the day. And not in the morning when you go, oh, well, I just got to the office at 7:45 and you start cleaning, you might as well get to the office at 9. And I know it seems silly that I'm saying this, but these are real things that happen in an office. Kirsten, what's one thing that distracts you from a big 3?
I think something that I thought was distracting over the summer was when we would be thinking about what's going to be happening next, but we're not thinking about what's actually happening in this current moment. So thinking about rep driven when you have to run an interview before, or let's say you got 18-1 when you have X, Y, and Z before anyone comes in.
Yeah.
So it's important to think about like what you're doing in the now, but also keep your brain organized for what you're doing for the rest of the day.
Yeah, what do they say? The present of being present. Right? The present of being present is that you are, no pun intended, or maybe full pun intended, 100% engaged. I think you might have, maybe I feel like you had to talk on recruiting where if you're running an interview, guess what you're doing? You're running an interview. If you're PDIing your people, guess what you should be doing? PDIing your people. I'm not a big fan of multitasking. When you're in, this is next level stuff, right? Next level group. You can work in the business, on the business, or off the business. You guys see it? You heard that before? In the business, on the business, off the business. For our 5 new killer district managers, when you guys go out, not now, it's not going to be like this now, but the goal is eventually you have 3 days where you work in the business, 3 days where you work on the business, and 1 day where you do no business. That's eventually in the next 18 months to 3 years that we want to set up. Okay. So 3 days in the business, I do 3 days in the business. I run day 1 of training, day 2 of training, and the collective amount that I'm actually in my physical office is another day. And then the other 3 days of the week, I'm doing divisional stuff and I'm working on theories and projects and programs. And then 1 day for me, it's Sunday. I have 0 business. In fact, good luck getting a hold of me. But that's after how many months and years of building. And when we lost staff members and the pilot was in a good place, I had to get back and rework it to get back to that place. Think of a marriage and things are rough down the road a couple of years later, and the husband said, "Yeah, but I already told you I loved you when we got married." Isn't that good enough? I said it 3 years ago on the altar.
Say it again.
Right? But that doesn't work. Right? You got to cultivate that relationship. Getting your office into a good place, you got to cultivate that too. Sorry, a little tangent, but back to Kirsten's point. Be present. The present and being present. What are some other things? Sean, what can distract you from being objective driven in your office?
Kickback Nazi.
Yeah, you're too concerned with a $25 to $50 kickback charge. Maybe we don't use the term Nazi. It might offend some people. I know you didn't make that up. I just think, yeah. Anyway, just to be quote fair. We worry about. I got to get my kits back. Ready? If you lose 3 kits, what's that cost? $150. Okay. In your business plans, when we do the cap, I already have it where you're going to lose 10 to 20 kits as part of that. What you're going to lose. Now, some of you might be 0, but you have to look at what's worth your time. Let's say you lose 10 kits. That's $500. I think we give each of you a $500 to $1,000 budget to lose kits. So when you're worried about that, there's other things that will return more business that you're not driving. Right? That's it. Other things, Eddie, you guys run a high-powered organization in Miami. What can be things that distract you from getting objectives driven?
There are definitely a few things. One was the kickbacks for sure, but another was just a rep coming in the middle of something and wanting to quit, and then having you just immediately pull yourself to the side and distract everything, throw it off. Yeah. Can I pause you for a second? And then I want everyone to write this phrase down, memorize it, and use it anytime that you're trying to be present and objective driven. And a rep, of course, comes in at the worst time. Okay, you guys might know what I'm going to say. If I'm running training and I'm supposed to be running training, and the rep comes in and wants to talk, hey, Dalila, do you have a second? That's what they say. Dalila, or ready? No, even better. I'm going to roll watch. They come into the office like this.
Oh, I hate that. I hate that so much.
Hey, wait, Jeff, go do it again.
No one can see that.
Sean, mute yourself.
That's all it is. They always want to talk to you. Memorize this.
I didn't see any of it, Jeff.
We missed it.
Sean spoke, so I saw JP and Eddie.
Oh, okay.
Mute yourself.
Okay.
Can you guys see it?
Can I talk to you? Can I talk to you?
And you know what's funny? Sometimes you guys talk to them. You'll say, yeah, actually, 1 second, or heaven forbid, ready? Actually, training group once. You guys role play for a second while I talk to them. Memorize this phrase. Oh, did you have an appointment? Jackson, did you set up an appointment? Oh, I'm in the middle of training. How about this? I want to help you. I just can't stop. I'm currently training. So how about I'll be done at this time. You can give me a call back, or you can wait. You're certainly more than welcome to wait. I just can't stop right now. Right? I do that with staff all the time. Hey, Jeff. Actually, no, I do. Can I talk to you, Jeff? Actually, can you talk to Luke? I was like, dish it off. So Patricia, Giovanni, Tristan, all you guys, there's going to be a lot of, actually, you know what? Talk to Giovanni real quick because I got to finish this. Okay, cool. But did you have an appointment? Oh, I can't stop right now unless you have an appointment. So how about this? And you want to treat people with dignity and respect. Period, because I expect that, right? If you're a United, if you're a Gamboa, I expect that. What's another reason you want to treat people with dignity and respect, even if you can't talk to them? To prevent what? Oh, to prevent a blow up in front of the group, in front of an interview, in front of a training. Yeah, I want to talk to you about my paycheck. It's like, oh, you know what? I really want to help you. I don't have an appointment for you coming in right now. Okay. You just give them an option to talk later. Any questions? Eddie.
Yeah, just because I can tell from like personal experience, obviously, like when reps want to talk to Andrew about whatever problem they're having, or you hand it off to me. Something I didn't notice right off the top. Like sometimes I would go ahead and facilitate or help them out, but in not the right location of the office. Like conversations like that, you do like behind closed doors with no one else is seeing like this conflict go on. It's just not very,
yeah, you want to compartmentalize issues.
Yeah.
right? You don't want a rep whose paycheck is wrong, is kind of pissed off talking about it in front of a new training group. Yep. Okay. Questions, comments? Did you guys like that impersonation? Did it work? All right.
I actually missed it. You need to do it again.
I'll do it later. All right, let's transition. How about this? Can you guys stay 100% engaged and we'll get out like 30 minutes to 45 minutes early? No surprise?
Yes.
Can we skip a break and just go straight through?
Yeah, we all said yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Jackson, say yes, but with a chipmunk voice. Go ahead.
What?
Say yes, but in the highest pitch voice possible. Otherwise, we're going to go all the way.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Fair enough. Fair enough. So PDI, let's do this. I would like answer to the following, and if I can get you 100% engaged on this one. In the last 2 sessions of PDI, from the video I asked you to debrief 2 sessions ago, or 1 session ago, from all the 2 instructions you got, Karina did some of it, I did some of it, Carlos had a first weekend PDI conversation. What are some general themes that are really important now that you've had about 3 or 4 different exposures to PDI? What are 3 or 4, whether it's rules of thumb, things to keep in mind, objectives? Let's talk about that.
Kind of like a bento event.
Okay, elaborate, please, Mr. Sean.
So on Sunday, you're getting them to. Sorry,
that's okay.
On Sunday, you're getting them to 81 with 5 ahead. On Tuesday, you're getting them to Wednesday night's meeting with 30 on attack list new, and then so on and so on.
Yeah, when I was a newer manager, one of those vector phrases, we always say this in vector. What's the objective of PDI? And they would say to get them to the next event. If you think about that, I think there's more than that right now. But in theory, what Sean's saying is you have to know the events and what assignments. And this is the note I would take right now for PDI. You have to be event conscious and assignment conscious. We have to be. Because when we're event conscious, we know what we should be promoting. And when we're assignment conscious, we know what we should be what? Not just promoting, but doing what with our reps, with our team. Eric, you have a rep, let's say it's early in the summer, you only have 7 reps. If you're assignment conscious, what are you going to be doing with those reps with regards to assignments?
Holding them accountable.
Check. You're going to check it and then hold them accountable, both. Okay. Hey, Jackson, so that names list we talked about from Mr. Gambo's video yesterday, 30 to 50. So where are you at right now? I'm at 10. Okay, cool. Well, it's not due till tomorrow, but can we talk about working on that? Because I got to get you to 30 before Wednesday. You know that. Now, that is accountability. But I don't have to be a jerk. I don't have to make them feel like I'm the teacher hounding them. It's all based on what concept? You can be really hard on results and really hard on assignments if you understand the concept of setting and honoring what? Agreements. Agreements, yeah, sorry. Agreements. Okay. Other takeaways from the last 3 or 4 exposures to PDI?
Ask questions where they have to be completely engaged, not yes or no questions.
Yeah, working through questions. The best teachers ask the best questions. The best leaders ask the best questions. They don't tell people what to do. They let people come to it themselves. We've heard that before. Other concepts on PDI. How about from like Florida United, not necessarily vector philosophies. Florida United managed through agreements, but there's another thing we talked about probably 3 preps ago on PDI, 2 preps ago. We said it today. Find out what people want, find out how we can help them get it, and then find out where they are and talk about it. I mean, that's an easy staple, right? 1 or 2 more, and we'll go into benchmark PDI.
Hey, Jeff.
Yes.
So something that I definitely noticed from that video is when instead of saying, like, for example, you'd be like Sunday, asking them, oh, do you have the phone jam in your schedule? You instead be like, hey, can you get out your planner real quick? What do you have Sunday at 6:00 p.m.?
Yeah.
So that way you're not getting a
Say it again. That way you're not getting what?
hun.
That's a Florida United term. Don't get hun.
Yep.
Karina, do you have it in your schedule? Eric, so you'll see you tomorrow at the phone jam, right? Versus, hey, Eric, pull out your schedule for me. What do you have tomorrow at 5? I want to make sure we're on the same page. I know you're new, but I just want to make sure you understand the schedule. Okay, good. So you can watch the last prep that I had you debrief in January, and there's really good PDI. You can watch Carlos's message from the prep that I ran from Tampa. Awesome first weekend. And then you can watch the first PDI prep, which I think was Karina and a little bit me in October, November on some basics. But I want to just take it higher. And through the pilot this year, we really found some strong systems that I think are going to be scaled. I don't think it's just going to be a Florida United thing. I think this is already an Eastern region, and some parts of the company are doing this too. I just spoke to Dane Espegard. He is the DVM in St. Paul, Minneapolis. His office just did $3 million in sales for the year. I believe $3 million, and he's had 3 or 4 years in a row over $2 million in his pilot. And one of the things we discussed was benchmark PDI. Okay, so let's do this. If you've been around the business for 3 or more summers, or even 4 or more summers, okay, answer this question for me. What are some significant cultural differences in running an office and reps then versus now that you're noticing? What are some major or minor differences in working with students, reps, challenges, things you have to navigate through that are different now than maybe 4 years ago, or gosh, way back when I started managing in 1998? What's different? Okay, go ahead. Elaborate a little bit, Brandon.
Just like we have like a program of like we're reaching out to like higher ups, like you're doing Brian Hellman. So like last year, we were all scripting out Brian Hellman. So
I see. Okay, you're referring to our training program. Yeah, you're right. How about in managing reps, just in general? Like to be a Cutco manager now versus let's say 3, 4, 5. Like Orlando Biersing is probably the person on this call right now who's had the most experience working with reps, I think. Right, Luke's up there. Brandon, I think you're up there, right? For the most part, like being an assistant or higher. What's the difference?
Yes.
What are you noticing more and more as we start working with this rep, these reps, this generation? We're ready. I'll start it. Attention span. What am I referring to? What am I referring to when I say attention span? What's happening with attention span? Right? It's shortening. So what are we doing? We're running a shorter training so we can keep better attention. That's why we're doing it. I like 3-day better. I get to talk more. I get to teach more. But it's just attention span. Number 2, the ease of getting social media, anything in our business is increasing. What do I mean by that? It is way easier for someone to, when I say triple threat and ask someone to pull out their phone and post or submit their names and numbers and their contacts. When we first started collecting PR names, it was, I mean, there were some people, they would look at you like, what are you talking about? Because it would be so foreign. Now people post stuff all the time. People reach out to mass amounts of people all the time. It is not uncommon. Food for thought. Every time I sign up for something or buy something, 90% of the time I get this damn window that comes up and says, would you like to share your purchase on Facebook and Instagram and all that? Would you like to qualify for 50% off of your next purchase with blank? Okay, share this with 10 people. It is all, raise your hand, give me a thumbs up if you understand what I'm saying. So technology is easy. And I think going with the times, and Luke, I'm not sure, Luke's still working, I give Luke an exception on this message, but what we found, let me give you a couple of keys to start with. You can write this down. Number 1, okay. There's more texting going on with PDI than there was a long time ago. Do you guys agree with that? Right? And text is also in our division synonymous with what platform? Like when we say text for Florida United, it's WhatsApp. Right? It's WhatsApp. More text, more WhatsApp. Okay. Number 2, live is still important. Okay, we are not full-blown text. We don't talk to anyone. We are in some cases. For example, we can now set up PRs, and it's now proven that you don't have to talk to a person live at all until you see them in the training. Isn't that crazy? Like we can text people and get people to show without even talking to them at all until they come in for an interview, rather. And if you're on the new program where they're doing remote interviews, you don't even meet the person until they show up to the first day of training. That's a different program. That's crazy to me, but it's true. Okay? Live is still important. Okay. Another thing. Demo debrief via WhatsApp is big. Give me a thumbs up if you've ever texted or WhatsApped your manager a 20-second or less. If you're from Fort Lauderdale, like Giovanni, well, how much time did Luke give you to do that? You had to get back to Luke, what, 15 seconds or less? 20 seconds?
10 seconds.
Yeah, it was usually 10, 15 seconds or less. What went well? What was challenging? What did you learn? Or you could have exchanges back and forth. This is big because it combines the power of live without overstepping our boundaries with kids who don't want to talk live all the time. You guys follow my philosophy so far? Okay. I always prefer live, but in order to talk to all of our people, we can't always do that. Number 4 rather. 80-20 rule. 80-20 rule. So I want everyone to take, as you're taking this 80-20 rule. 80% of your business, as you know, is going to come from your top 20% of producers. This is in business. This is in sports. This is why, as a coach, my goal is not to try and get everyone playing the sport to get really good. My goal is to get the people who are starting to score the most points. Okay, this isn't recreational league ball. My goal is to get the 5. Well, let's use basketball. I want my 5 starters dropping 100 points and us winning the game versus giving everyone equal playing time. So what does this refer to? When you're trying to talk about live PDI, prioritize your best people who bring the most business, aka key staff, TLA candidates. Those are the ones who should be prioritized for your live time. Okay. I'm going to put down WhatsApp office. I think whereas last summer we had some offices that did, some didn't, everyone's going to have a WhatsApp for your office. You can. I see I'm on Tally's office. I'm on Clearwater. I'm on the Pilot. Those are and I'm on one of the South Miami, I think. This is huge because we're also doing coaching and PDI through groups and through culture and through platforms and through we call it like a social media community. This is where doing the job takes place. This is where giving recognition happens. You know, we talked about on PDI having a hit list of all the hot things that are happening. Why is it so great in regards to that, to have a WhatsApp? So if I'm telling you a big key to PDI is sharing on live PDI calls what's hot, what's happening in the team to give proof of sales and success, why does having a group WhatsApp augment that? Augment meaning making stronger.
Social proof. Social proof.
It's social proof. It's all over the place. It's not just coming from you. And they don't have to wait to talk to you to hear what's hot in the office. You know, right now, the most masterful one I see is Mike's. Mike is getting hot updates from the reps, and then Mike's posting, Ella and Amanda and Tyler, you guys are more familiar. He'll post standings on the WhatsApp. So here for the week, here's top 10. He'll put on Monday, he'll put people's Rolo Monday morning. This is killer. He'll put people's Rolo for the week. And he'll say, hey, Magic Monday, how far can you get? And he's doing a version of benchmark PDI just through WhatsApp. And I can tell you, it takes no effort to do that stuff. Sorry. It's just boggles my mind. All he has to do is snapshot Vector Rolo, it's like a Vector Connect. And he put a couple, you know me, I love writing pictures on the drawing on the pictures. And he just says, boom. And he can create awareness that you used to have to do live on PDI. Any questions so far? Luke, are you back on, by the way? Trying to make sure.
Yes.
Okay, beautiful. Okay.
I have a comment about WhatsApp.
I have a comment about you. Which one do you want first?
I would like your comment first, please.
Heidi and I like you.
Your eyebrows are on.
That means a lot. That actually does mean a lot.
Yeah, you already knew that. Go ahead.
What the thing is, if you already told the importance of them doing a demo debrief with you over WhatsApp, then obviously they're more likely to be checking WhatsApp frequently. And I think that was an issue with some of our reps that came in. We would say we're communicating over WhatsApp, and then you can see like recently checked, the last time they checked it was like 3 days ago. So I think the fact that they have to do a demo debrief over WhatsApp is efficient, because then when you communicate with your entire team via WhatsApp, you know that they're checking it frequently.
Yeah, and under the banner of the present and being present, let's say I'm running advanced training. Let's say I'm running training day 1, day 2. Let's say I'm running a champions club and I want to be present. What's the power of having WhatsApp and the voice debrief? This is my world as a division manager. What's the power of WhatsApp in that sense?
I mean, because when you are sending it, everyone's receiving it at the same time.
Okay, so you say it saves you efficiency. You get it out all at once. But how about in terms of response? If I'm busy running and training, what's great about WhatsApp?
Oh, you can check it after.
Check it on your time.
Yeah.
Asynchronous.
I was pointing, Reed, because I was coughing. That's why I did that. Okay, I have an answer.
Okay, so you know how like we have PenellaStudentWork.com, we're on like Snapchat takeovers and stuff, people just swipe up. So as a branch, do you get something like that, a link for your application?
The answer is yes. I just can't give you the exact specifics because we might end up just having a divisional one. But yes,
Okay.
The answer is yes.
That's fine.
Now the swipe up, that's different from swipe right, right? I'm just kidding. I don't know what that means, but anyway. All right. So, ready? Let me walk through. This is probably one of the newest concepts of PDI. Luke's here to help me explain it, but it's really not that complicated. Okay. Let's do this. I'm gonna put them in compartments here. Let me pull that. Okay. So take a look. We've got training. Let's just call it training here. Okay, so that's your 2-day training. When a rep launches, okay, let's talk about PDI for a second. I want to talk to you about when it's live and when you're probably going to be more so texting than you are live. I'm going to be very careful. When I say texting, it doesn't mean you avoid live phone calls. It doesn't mean you don't talk to your people live. It means the priority is live for that day. If it's not, if it's a, let me say this. There are 2 days we're going to say you have to talk to all your people live. The rest of the days will be more 80-20, and if you can get a conversation in. You guys understand? So, for example, Saturday. Okay. And Luke, let me clarify before I dive in. Are we doing something, it's different with the first 10-day fast starters versus the rest of the team, or this is just going to be pretty much, we should start from their launch, right, to do this?
I think if you're a branch and you don't have assistants, then yes. I mean, in our situation, or DMs with staffs, you could probably talk to fast starters every day.
I got it. Okay. So you're saying if you're a new office, you should just talk to everyone every day, right?
No, I said the other way around.
Oh, if you're solo. Okay, I see.
Because I think if you have a staff, you have the manpower to talk to everyone every day for fast start.
Got it. Okay. So, ready? People are launching on Saturday. Okay. And I'll put this over here. We'll do. This is for a new launch on Saturday. You should be talking to them live.
What if you're not launching on Saturday?
I'm sorry. Just kidding.
Can you do both scenarios, Jeff?
Oh, it's the same thing, but yes. Okay. So Thursday, Friday's training. You'll talk to them live here because it's their first demo. So you're closing sales, offering deals, giving perspective. You haven't even had advanced training 1 yet. You guys remember all that. Saturday, same thing. Live. And some texting. Okay. Luke, what I can't remember what we had as far as Sunday, first 10 days. Same thing, live, some live and texting mixed, right?
Right. Yep.
Yep, live and text. So this is day 1. You notice I'm going from the launch. Day 1, day 2, day 3. Monday is live. Now, when I say live, that could be live on the phone. Live is also Champions Club. Plus texting. Tuesday's you gotta get a live with everyone. And Friday, I'll talk about it in a second. Okay. And then Wednesday is live with the, depending on the situation, and texting. Luke, just clarify one more thing. On Friday benchmark, that in theory that's live, right? In theory?
In theory and reality.
Yeah.
It's definitely.
Oh, okay, I see. So 4, day 5 is live. Day 6 is live. Day 7 is text and live. Day 8 is live. And then the rest for day 9, day 10, day 11. So I'm going to summarize this in a second. So what we're saying is you really want to talk to, Friday's just the live day. Friday's always live, right? Live when they launch. And then on Saturday, live if you can, but a lot of it's going to be WhatsApp debriefing back and forth, texting if you need to, or WhatsApping back and forth, and then live if you need. Say, Eric, actually, give me a call. Let's talk about that one live. Or if you're closing deals. Okay. Now, a couple of things to note. Always be event conscious and assignment conscious. So what's really important on Sunday to text out to your whole team and to try and talk to everyone live about, specifically Sunday. I'll say it again. So be event conscious and assignment conscious. If you're with your new launch on a Sunday, what are some things that need to be communicated to the whole team via text, and if you can, live? It doesn't have to be for sure, anyone. If I'm doing PDI, what do I have to promote with my new group on Sunday?
Advanced training.
Advanced training. What else? What's going to start? Say it again.
Arrive with 5.
Yep, arrive with 5 to advanced training. Attending advanced training.
Setting up their friends for interviews.
Yep, and promoting that we're already setting your friends for PRs. And Eric, tomorrow I'll show you another way with social media. We'll get more friends on the team. That's the big 3. But you might not get everyone live, is what I'm saying. The goal is everyone, if you can, in a perfect world, you talk to everyone live every day. But if you don't get to someone live, there's 2 ways. You text people individually. You can also do group text. So if I'm a manager on Saturday or Sunday, or let me just give an example. Saturday, I'm texting out hot updates. Hey, everyone, if you haven't heard, here are the hot updates from the new group for today. And just list them off. And then you go back and forth. Can't wait for advanced training to take it even higher. Sunday, every time you have a live conversation, you'll talk about, hey, don't forget, Eric, arrive with 5 tomorrow for advanced training. All right, advanced training starts at 10 o'clock. And we already started texting your friends, and man, we're already getting a response. We'll teach you tomorrow how to get more friends on the team. If you don't talk to someone live, you can either send them an individual text, or if there's enough people missing, you can send a group text. Hey, everyone, friendly reminder, tomorrow we start at 10 o'clock. Be there by 9:30, 9:45. Arrive at 5. Here are your assignments. Looking forward to teaching you. Make sure you have appointments after. Okay. Think Jeff Gamboa and how much I always over communicate on WhatsApp. If you miss stuff and you don't know deadlines, you just can't read WhatsApp. Right? There's one excuse I can never ever tolerate is, oh, I didn't know. No one told me. I told everyone all the time. I say the same thing 5 different ways within 3 days sometimes, just to make sure. Okay, you had a question.
So Andrew showed us a thing on web PDI where you can just send a mass text to like specific groups and teams.
Yes.
What do you think is better, the web PDI message or WhatsApp for specific groups?
Luke, I'm going to refer to you because we didn't do web PDI, right?
Correct.
Yeah, in theory, you use the web PDI group text. Yes. Okay. So everything in red. Does everyone understand? Just in general, your goal is to get everyone live, but otherwise you can use text to relay information. Thumbs up, we're good?
Thumbs up, we're good.
Okay. Thursday and Friday, okay, I'm not talking about when they launch. I'm talking about their second Friday and their first Tuesday. Tuesday and Friday are what we call the 2 live benchmark days. Okay, and really the term is, these are the 2 days that need to be live, and Friday is called benchmark PDI. Okay, so I think to make things easier though, just so there's no confusion, we'll make the days that you want to talk to people live 100% those are the 2 benchmark PDI days. So benchmark PDI is Tuesday and Friday. On Tuesday, here's what we cover. Okay. You look back and, hey, what did you think of AT1? Cool. What are you thinking now? Cool. What's the plan? So you're getting some information. What did AT1 do for them? What did they implemented? 2, assignment check. We just did this an hour and a half ago. What are the assignments? By AT1 or 2.
30 new numbers on their attack list.
Yeah. So 30 to 50. 4 demos. And this is great. Hey, Sean, so you've done 2 since I saw you. Perfect. So you only need 2 more. Make sure you get those done. Hey, Jackson, I'm concerned. You haven't done any appointments since advanced training. The assignment's 4 at least. I need to get you at least to 4 so I can help you on Wednesday. Or, hey, Brandon, you're killing it. Remember, the minimum assignment was 4 since Monday. You're already at 6 appointments done. Pretty cool. And you got 3 more tomorrow? Nice. Okay, and then also page 9 and 10. Power hour. Hey, have you already planned? Are you all set for your phone jam tomorrow and everything's organized? And then I put a question mark. Sometimes you need to do triple threat on this one. Okay. And then, of course, just, phone jam AT2 confirmation. Luke, anything you'd add to that? I think that's pretty much Tuesday. Or Kirsten, anyone from the pilot?
Sounds about right.
Yep. See, Wednesday. Let me just give you some theory here. If you are struggling Wednesday to try and confirm people for your phone jam, you're too late. That should happen Tuesday. Wednesday should be just a mass text through web PDI, or if you're not on web PDI, which you should be, but WhatsApp. Just, hey, everyone, friendly reminders. I spoke to all of you yesterday, but friendly reminders. Tonight's arrival is blank. Make sure you have your assignment blank. Contest and theme of the meeting tonight is blank. Any questions or comments on this? And
I would say if it's someone that's not new group, bringing up the results from the previous week somehow.
Okay, let's watch this.
Just closed.
Yep. Week debrief. For the old team, debrief AT1 from the new team.
And also with what Luke said, when you are making those calls and clarifying people for team meeting and phone jam, it's important to use like the board we use in the AM room to make sure you have the new group, key staff, everything separated so you know how to talk to them via PDI.
Kirsten, he said it wasn't. I heard what you said, but can you clarify again in case it wasn't clear?
So it's important to use a system of organization, how we use the board in the AM office that separated key staff, new group, key staff candidates, those types of different groups of categorizing people in order to talking every single one of them differently in PDI when it comes to having people come for phone jams, team meetings.
Yeah, in fact, I would say back to the schedule we just covered on Saturday when you do your planning, I would list off all my reps. Who are all my key staff? Who are my mid-flyer reps? Who are the reps that are just barely holding on, and who do they just launch? And it's already set, and I would buy a big whiteboard. You can just check it out. You can also do this all on Web PDI, but I like to visually see things. So when I'm doing PDI on Tuesday, I can just check off all the people as I talk to them. They can see it all. Questions or comments? Luke, any more addition?
Nah, looks Gucci.
It does look Gucci. Gucci indeed. Wednesday, Thursday texting, Friday, okay? This is, I would say this is one of the biggest factors in driving second weekend success in the pilot this summer. It's essentially the same concept. You always want to have one live PDI before the next major phone jam. You guys see that? So Tuesday is before the Wednesday phone jam, and Friday is before the Sunday phone jam. In theory, when could you do the next benchmark phone jam? Like before Sunday, in theory, when could you do it? Right? So if Tuesday's right before the Wednesday phone jam, in theory, you could run benchmark PDI live Saturday for Sunday phone jam. But for now, we have it on Friday. This right here is happening roughly 3 to 6 or 4 to 6 p.m. This benchmark PDI over here is happening roughly 8 to 10 a.m. PDI in the morning. So what I'm trying to do is keep that Thursday morning protected, because you have a late night Wednesday night and Thursday morning. Because I know in Clearwater, you guys do some of this stuff on Thursday. I like that right now because it's Mike's office and he's running it through you guys. But I think it's really important for you guys to have a Thursday morning to just have that kind of recharge before training at a late night on Wednesday. I'd rather you move it to Friday. Okay. So Friday live, here's what I do. First of all, you're going to do benchmarks. Benchmarks are 1K, 3K, 6K, and 10K. This is for the new group. Let me do this again. This is for the new group. And what you're going to do is you're going to take all the people that have still stuck around from your last training from the week before and put who you think from that group could get to 1K for their fast start, 3K for their fast start, 6K, 10K or more. And you call them and you share that with them. And then look, let's role play a couple of these. For example, let's say, Luke, I'm a rep that is at 1,000. I'm at $500 since the previous Saturday. I'm still around. I came to the team meeting. What's that conversation look like? If I'm someone you put, I could get that kid to at least 1K.
I would do something along the lines of just getting on the newsletter.
Yeah, so I promote a newsletter. Let's role play for a second. Hey, Luke, what's up?
Hey, how's it going, Jeff?
That's good, man. Just checking in. Hey, sweet meeting the other day. I really liked your when you shotgunned that Fresca. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, no, do it pretty quick, huh?
I know. And then when Jeff was putting those golf balls, I mean, it's like he's taking lessons or something.
I know. Great. And the team night out at Mine Company's Farm.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. So, hey, what's up?
Yeah, man. So I'm looking at the sales report for the week, and I'm seeing that you're at $500 right now for the week.
That's right.
And it just came to my attention. You have a great opportunity to get on the newsletter for the first time in your career.
Yeah.
Is that something do you remember how much it takes to get on the newsletter?
It's like 1,000, right?
1,000, yeah. So I'm looking at your average order. It says it's $200. So that means all it would take is 3 more sales, right? So how many appointments do you have booked up for this weekend?
Okay, stop. And then you just go into your normal, how do we get there? How many demos can you do? How many do you need to get? And you have some agreements and accountability. That's a different conversation. So all you're doing is you're taking everyone in the fast start and seeing, now he's doing it for the week. In general, we were doing it based on where can we get them for their fast start. Hey, Luke, you're almost at $500. And I know you're not off to the start that you want, but I really think it could be a good accomplishment for you to get on the newsletter and get to at least your first promotion for your fast start. How does that sound? Right. Or if you really want to go United two meetings ago, hey, Luke, so just talk, how's fast start going? How's the job going so far? Cool. So, what do you want? Remind me again, what's this job doing for you? Okay. Well, what do you want? Okay, well, how does this job help you with that? So you want to make money for that new car, this up. Okay, cool. How's it going? You're 500, not so much. Okay, well, look, you're new, and I know you're getting started. I'm going through all the projections. I really want to share some thoughts on how I think you can really change the pace and get more of what you want. Can I share that with you? Yeah, cool. I know you're only 500, and I know it seems like, okay, that 10K mark's way gone. But if you just got to your first promotion, dude, I really think that this is going to make a big difference in your confidence. You'll finally hit that first promotion, and odds are it's probably going to start some momentum for you. I know it doesn't seem like a big deal, but I would be really, really excited to see you hit your first promotion, get on the newsletter, and get some damn prizes from the Fast Start. So if it's okay with you, can we talk about how to get that this first weekend? Yeah, tell me about your demos. It always comes back to tell me about your demos, tell me your 3 days. You guys see that? And then maybe it's 3. Hey, Dalila, you're at $2,000. I know you've got that big competition this weekend for your soccer tournament, but I still feel like you can get another grand in, you know, sell a basic set or more, or maybe a couple average orders and get to 3K for your Fast Start. Can we talk about that? And just adjust it to where you think they are. So I'll stop there for a second because this is a very new concept for some of you. Questions or commentary on benchmarking your Fast Starters? Or better yet, this is a system that Luke and the pilot came up with. What is the objective? What is this getting done on the manager side? What is this forcing? What is this driving?
Demos.
It's driving demos, but what's it forcing the manager? And I'll do this for sure every Friday. Hey, everyone, make sure to benchmark your Fast Start group and share that on PDI Today Live. Hashtag benchmark PDI is probably what I'll say. What am I driving? What are we forcing you guys to do?
Well, it gives people a realistic goal to reach, but it also gives you a perspective.
Yeah, it's what smart business people do, right, Tyler? It's what smart business people do. If Eric Palacio is at 2K in sales, hey, what do you want to get to by Monday? I'm going for that Jamaica trip, 15K. Awesome. Go. That's the dumbest thing you could have said in response. It's not helpful. It's not smart business people, and you did a disservice by over promoting 15K to a kid who's at 2K with no demos in front of them. So it's realistic management, it's benchmark management, it's forcing, and it's also it's something that can still drive activity versus I'm never going to hit that. I'm just going to the manager for the whole weekend. Any other questions or thoughts on this?
When it comes to realistic management, it's important to know your reps and know what they have going on in their schedules. Keep that written down somewhere. Like Brianna just told, I asked her where she kept all of what her reps would be doing for that week and what drives them type of notes. And she said she kept them in like the long-term notes cards to keep a web PDI. And I think that's important when it comes to what you want to benchmark, because maybe a rep can do 6K if they're going out of town, they can only sell for two days, they're not going to. So that's important.
Yeah.
Sure
Yeah, I think of Michael Blyer in the pilot. Michael Blyer is this mega hockey player. And if we didn't know his schedule, we would be forcing this kid, and we'd be pushing him out of the business.
Right.
Look, I think I made a mistake. We benchmarked the whole team, don't we?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I made a mistake. I'm sorry. We benchmarked the whole team. Watch this: 1K, 3K, 6K, 10K. This is for the Fast Start. This is, yeah, you were right, Luke. The old team, we benchmarked them for their week. That's the difference. And then the last thing we do, of course, is phone jam. Like every PDI call, it's triple thread and confirm the phone jam and the power hour. Questions or comments, or Luke, even more, any other add-ons to this? I want to not get more complicated than this.
I think part of Friday is also confirming their Sunday phone jam.
Yeah, I got triple threading, confirming phone jam, and confirming their power hour. Because if you follow the AT1 keynote and script, every rep's going to do a power hour before Wednesday, and everyone's going to do a power hour before Sunday. Questions or comments? I would like the people who have run an office before. What are you taking from this? First years, you're just going to kind of follow suit.
We have time.
All right, I have something.
Go ahead, Dalila.
Just the whole idea of benchmarks is really good, and just driving them towards certain achievable benchmarks. I didn't do that. I wish I did. So
good. I also want to be this is the third time I'm saying this. I am not saying Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday to Sunday, Monday, just text everyone. Don't even try to call them live. I'm just saying that, hey, on advanced training Monday, you can say, hey, everybody, I know I've been texting some of you back and forth and we got some live calls. Tomorrow, I'm going to talk to all of you live tomorrow between 3 and 6 p.m. tomorrow. Okay? Or look, we did it a little bit differently, didn't we?
Differently than
by noon. It was kind of one of those. You
I mean,
remember?
Friday, we were pretty much proactively just calling everyone.
Yeah, but Tuesday, I'm trying to do it as it pertains to the schedule that the branches are using. Here, this thing. I'll put it up on the screen. You guys can watch. All of you can look at the schedule. You guys can look at the schedule I put up. This one. Right. So if you take a look, on Tuesday, we've reserved the morning. See at the top, it says live PDI benchmark on Tuesday and Friday. Okay. I think it's really important that you start trying to talk to people in the morning, but between 2 and 4 is when you can kind of clean up and scoop up the people you haven't spoken to yet. Because if you look, remember over here on the right, from 8 to 10, you're busy. And you're going to do some PDI, but part of it's taken up from Conference Champions Club, some Facebook, and some driving phone jams. So I would say from 8 o'clock all the way until 4 o'clock, you're trying to talk to everyone live throughout the whole day. Even if it takes you the whole day to talk to everyone, that's okay. That's what I'm saying. You can also have conversations on your live conversations benchmark Friday. You can do it in between parts of training. You can do it before training starts. You can do it. That's why I like 8 to 10 early. 8 to 10 and 3 to 6. Let me take this pen. Disregard that last bit. Other questions or comments? More from the second years. What else are you taking from this? For those of you that did it. Oh, go ahead.
One other thing that I'm taking from it is really just having a checklist and knowing what you're going to say and making sure you hit everything. Because I would just randomly do PDI, which I wouldn't recommend. So having a list of things you need to hit is really helpful.
It's like, oh, hey, what's up, Dulila? How are you? Cool. Let's talk about the next. By the way, if you only got one thing done every live PDI call, and that's tell me about your next 3 days of appointments, you're getting something done. But this is going to get way more, I think, done. Also, you're not stressed. You know, we talked about trying to spend energy on getting kids back, right? Trying to get the kids, get the kids, get the kids. And some of you will appreciate this comment. That's also synonymous, or the distraction of trying to get kids back from driving objectives. Another parallel example are managers trying to just talk to everyone live all the time just to talk to them, because that's what PDI is. I got to talk to everyone. This eliminates you just checking off, oh, I talked to him. You know what? If you talk to everyone on your team, but you had dumb conversations, didn't drive anything, didn't create results, then you shouldn't talk to them. Okay. I would like big takeaways from this PDI, from benchmark live PDI. Benchmark PDI meaning Tuesday and Friday. Tuesday benchmark, Friday benchmark. Let's go next level. We'll start with Sean, Dalila, and JP, just in regards to PDI.
Yeah, I mean, really going into it, I didn't know much about PDI when I started, and I learned from like 3 different people. And every single one, they always had something as far as systemized and always have systems set in place. So I really think that benchmarking it and really having it organized what you have to talk to them about before you start.
Yep.
It's really important.
Yeah, for those of you that were part of North Florida and joined United, remember, we didn't have any preps together. So PDI this summer was just all over the place. There were, to your point, Sean, I think we had 5 different versions of PDI going across Florida. But just under the banner of Olympic training, PDI wasn't one of those things I was going to bother and mess with in March and April. So I'm messing with it now. Cool. Eddie, and then JP, and then Dalila, next level. I want to get next level.
So just something that I was doing over the summer that Andrew helped me out with, each morning I would just kind of like look over exactly what we needed to promote, and I kind of just type out like almost like a little script, but just more objective. So literally as I was on the phone, it sounded natural because I have to think about what I needed to ask. Yeah. But this way I could just like check off and go through with each person. So I hit every point, never messed up.
Yes, sir. That's it. And in fact, and this is going to go into our last topic of WhatsApp. I'm going to do that for the whole division, all of May, every day. All right. So I'll either send a voice app or I'll send a text. Hey, what's really important? You know how I've been sending messages every day this past week? Same kind of thing. Here's what's important for the day. Don't forget to fall back on assignments. And it'll be the same thing. Hey, it's Thursday. Here's some big things for today. JP, Dalila, quickly. It doesn't have to be long. Big takeaways from this PDI message. I'm just going to go next level.
Yeah, I mean, I think kind of everyone's hit on it. Elegance and simplicity. I mean, it's just having the systems. I mean, I think that's really a strength for our division, is just having systems in place. And I think just if you have the system down, it's just a matter of following it. So I like just the fact that everything is very systemized. I mean, even like when it comes to benchmark, you're basically doing the same thing for your entire team on Friday. So just keeping the systems in place, really following the systems, and it's gonna take care of itself.
That's right. Okay. Dalila?
I would just say, like, in terms of getting confused, because there's a lot of stuff out there on PDI, I'm just gonna overlook your notes on PDI and then Carlos's PDI handbook, and I'm gonna make my own handbook of everything that I need to do and just organize that ahead of time.
That is a good next level project. Most first years won't have time to do that, but I think it's a good returning branch project. Good. Let's go over to the Bay. We'll go Brandon, Ree, Kier, Jackson, Tyler, all of the returning. All right. Yeah, we'll start. Biggest takeaway from benchmark PDI.
I just got off.
That's okay. I'll come back to you. Yeah, you were on PDI. Rhiannon, Kirsten, Tyler.
Just being organized with it all. Like, we should feel like we had a good conversation, but we try to make sure that it's not what we want and so I talk to the live as much as we can. Don't just rely on testing.
Yep. And I also just like the fact that you guys can focus on recruiting and driving functions on the days that aren't Tuesday and Friday, instead of trying to talk to everyone live. Okay. We'll go Kirsten and then Tyler.
Another my takeaway would be basically kind of just like you said, being present with them, but knowing what you want to say before you talk to them and having a plan, like a set plan and everything you want to get in regards to the obvious actions of PDI, but also just being cool with them and relating to them. And I mean, it's basically like doing in general. You want to relate to them. You want to make sure they know that you're looking out for them in the best in the best way possible.
Yeah, that's especially Friday's benchmark, because you're going to call people who you're trying to get to 1,000 for their fast start. That's nothing. That's terrible. Or 1,000 for the week. But that's a really encouraging conversation. Good. Any other next level with Tyler and anyone else next level over there in Tampa?
Yeah, just a good one that stood out to me, similar to Reed's, just trying to talk to them as much as possible. Because I'm just, our office, I'm so used to just using WhatsApp outside of Tuesday.
Yeah. So I was kind of taking it the other way, where people want to, we always want to try and talk to them live, but let me condense it to 2 days you really need to get it live, Tuesday and Friday. The opposite is also true. We're so used to texting. Let me remind you, you really should make some priority for some live conversations. Maggie, next level. Quick, anything quickly there?
My biggest thing would just be organizing your objectives that you want to do every day.
kind of that done before you get on the phone.
Okay, good. Oscar Parada, and then back to Brandon and, okay, we'll go Oscar Parada, Brandon and Jackson. And
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Perfect. Just like basically, one thing I didn't do was the power hour for the reps, and I had reps like show up to the phone jam like with a bunch of papers all around. So one thing I didn't do was the power hour for the reps. So taking it live and to be on PDI, I can do that now.
Okay, good. Back to Brandon and Jackson.
So yeah, basically it's like what I've noticed is like when I was newer, we would get calls like every single day, and it would be almost to a point where like you would not like you didn't want to get the call. So it's like almost to a point where like we're still talking to them consistently, but it's not like we're talking to them like all day, every day, like on the phone, like hey, what's going on? So it's more like you can just check in with like it's better with text and WhatsApp and stuff like that. So
I agree. You gotta balance it out. Jackson?
Like I said, with like you said, with the context with the PDI, as like really knowing your reps before you really make the call, what they need, it really makes it way easier to have that genuine conversation and get the most out of the PDI call.
Okay. Luke, I'm gonna ask you to wrap it up, not with any takeaways, but just maybe a parting shot on benchmark PDI, meaning the 2 days live, Tuesday, Friday.
Yeah, I mean, I think the best part of it is it makes one of the more tedious parts of our jobs asynchronous, so we're able to do it and maximize our schedule, work smart on the days that we need to, but you still have that constant contact with people. I think especially, I want to be careful with text PDI because I think WhatsApp voice PDI would probably be better for those days. Yeah, I mean, you're talking live with them on the days that's going to impact them most. So it's one of those work smart instead of working harder innovations.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, part of what I love about WhatsApp is that I get back to you guys on my time. And you'll see in the summer, I tend to get a little looser in the non-summer. But when the summer comes, I get really tight on my windows. And you guys will be really clear on my windows, which is the next topic to wrap up. Cool. Okay. So speaking of WhatsApp, if you guys could pull out the notes on the agenda real quick, and we'll wrap up with this. And then we're supposed to go till 5:30. I think we'll get out of here 4:30, 4:45. Is that cool?
Yes. No, I want to stay in a shower.
If you say that again, I will cut you with this fake ass Cutco cheese knife.
Oh my God.
Is that what you were saving your cursor for the whole time?
Yeah.
Can you open bottles of that?
No, not even. I bet you this breaks with bottles.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Piece of crap.
It broke, didn't it?
It is broke. No, it's in the office. Probably junk knife. Okay.
You think you could cut it with super shoes?
I don't want to damage mine, but I bet you could. All right. So let me give you a quick thought on WhatsApp, and we're gonna have more tutorials in the next couple of meetings. So I want to end with WhatsApp. It should take like 5-10 minutes. We'll do calendar and assignments, and we're done. If you could open up your WhatsApp for me. Everyone open up your WhatsApp. So you guys know how it works. Pretty simple. Just a couple rules of thumb. Number one, just be really conscious of the groups you're posting in. Here's what I mean by that. Not like inappropriate, oh, that they shouldn't hear that. You should know that. I mean, make sure if you're posting something that should be on the whole page, the whole TLA page, like there's going to be all of Florida United group coming up soon. Okay. Just remember what's appropriate for the whole group and what's appropriate for like a squad only, which are new managers. You guys see that? So just be wary if you're posting something that's, hey guys, how do I get this? And you know it's just a new manager question. Don't waste the DM's time or energy by posting on the total page. You guys see that? Just be wary. Okay. Number two, make sure that you are checking the WhatsApp the same way that you check your planner, the same way you're doing your journal, minimum in the morning and minimum at night. Let's say 3 times, right? Big 3. You got morning, you got middle, you got evening. Okay. Number 3, let me tell you the big 2 ways that I will utilize WhatsApp to help support our communication, I guess, train, if you will. Number 1, especially in the month of May when we're first opening, I will send out a daily. Well, let me give you my schedule. It's probably better right there. Just get ready. So I'll give you kind of a glimpse of how I operate so you know how to appropriately communicate with me in the summer. I'm usually up between 4:30 and 5:30, okay? I'm up. So from 5:30 till about 7, including commute, that's my gym time. Okay? From 7 to 7:30, that's my journal and my my own personal big 3 and planning time. Okay. From 7:30 to 8, I respond to WhatsApp, and then from 8 to 8:30, I send out group WhatsApp, or sometimes I switch it around. Okay. So what I'm really showing you is that between 7:30 and 8:30 is roughly my time to send WhatsApp. So I'm up in the morning sometime early. I do gym. I do journal. I get ready. But we'll call it between 7:30 and 8:30, 7:30 and 9. That's when I'm doing all of my WhatsApp communication, sending out messages. 2 things that I do. I will send a big 3 for the day for the entire division almost daily. Okay, and sometimes it's in the form of a text, sometimes it's in the form of a voice app, sometimes it's in the form of a video. What I'd like everyone to start doing now to get into the habit is, and this is important, I'm able to talk to all of you every single day as if you were in my office and direct you. My general big 3 is going to go to the whole division, but situation is the boss, right? Because Jeremy might be dealing with certain things in his office up in Richmond that are different than what I'm promoting. So you'll get this from me. I'm going to start asking that you guys get into the habit of doing big 3. And I'm not going to mandate this, meaning if you miss it, I'm not going to follow up on you. But those of you that start doing it are going to get into the best habits. And I was doing this with Luke. I was doing this with Andrew when they were branches. I was doing this with every year, the top offices. Don't stop this. Delilah started off slow. And then we got it in the middle of the summer. Tyler had his spurts where it was kind of on and off. My goal now is to start doing, there's big 3 from Jeff. And then there's big 3 one-on-one. So what I'm asking is that in the summer, by 7:30 a.m., everyone sends me a big 3. Okay. It's got to be 15 seconds or less, and I'll change the time for this time of the year. So in the summer, Monday through Friday, so big 3. Monday through Friday by 7:30 a.m., 15 seconds or less. When I start my daily schedule, anyone that has gotten me a message 15 seconds or less, voice, and it's before 7:30, I will respond and give you a customized thought of the day and how to maneuver your day. So let me give you an example. Boop. Hey, Jeff, big 3 for the day is to sign 7 on the day because we're back on our sign number. Number 2, I need to catch up with my fire number and set blank, and I need to create attendance for my team, blah, 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 all within 15 seconds. Number 1, if it's after 7:30, I won't even check it or respond. I might even say too late. Don't take it personal. Just know that you've already passed the time that I can check. Number 2, if it's more than 15 seconds, I'll respond with too long, and I won't even check it. So just respond and get it, just condense it within 15 seconds. So what's really cool is there's going to be close to 30 offices. And those of you that are exporting, I will do this with you too while you're, so we have extra communication. So call it, just use for easy math, 30 offices times 15 seconds. What's that?
Like 7.5 minutes.
Roughly, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So call it 10 minutes if I'm taking my time. So in 10 minutes, I can hear everyone's big three, the entire division every day. So think about that. Think about how I've just streamlined talking to everyone on my team, because in a division manager planning world, there's no way you talk to everyone. But with this, I can talk to all of you every day and give you not just general thoughts. I can help shoot problems with you personally. Let's say I take just as much or a little more time to respond. So if it's about 10 minutes to hear all of yours, let's say it takes me 20 minutes to respond appropriately. So in 30 minutes, I'm able to hear what all the divisions focused on, fix it if it's wrong, or give you some catered advice every day. Now, here's what happens every year. A third of the branches forget, or the third of the branches get too busy. A third of the branches have a terrible morning routine and can't keep up with it. And it always coincides with managers whose results are lower because I can't troubleshoot. Okay? So it'll be by 7:30, and then I respond between 7:30 and 8:30 to everybody. Cool. Those of you that have done it before, thoughts on the advantage, what you liked about it, or just kind of sharing with the rest of the group? I know more of you. I know several of you did it.
It's just stupid not to do it.
That's correct. Yes.
Piggyback on Jackson's thought earlier was that's the easiest way to figure out your big three and get your business moving forward. And I can attest to that as well. Is working with Matt, he never did that, but one of the tricks that Jeff does is that and take me.
Yeah, Orlando, you were one of the best ones. In fact, you were one of the ones I had to tell you to stop. Not stop, but I had to condense yours because you had so much information. But we got it. We got it streamlined. 30 to 45 minutes of my day is dedicated to PDI and Florida United. This is my PDI. And all of you will be spoken to. Okay, so here's the kind of an assignment moving forward. I'd like to start the same concept now, so we have 2-3 months to get good at it. And different ramifications, still 15 seconds or less. Okay, but I'm giving till 9 o'clock every morning. Okay, till 9 o'clock. Just at school year, it's different. You guys are partying at night. I don't know. I don't know your schedule. So by 9 o'clock, if you miss it, I'm not going to hold you to it. But I'm just trying to get people in. I'm just trying to get you working out now, so to speak, so that it's easier in the summer. Any questions or comments on that? Okay. And if you know that the next day you're definitely not going to do it, but you want to be accountable to it. Hey Jeff, I've got this fraternity social tonight. I'm just using different examples, and I know I'm going to be out late. So is it okay if I send it to you later? Like Dalila, we did that in the fall. There was a couple of times you said, hey, I know I'm going to be out late tonight. Can I send you my big three by 1 o'clock tomorrow, like after class? And fine. Or you say, hey, I'm going to skip tomorrow, Jeff, but I'll get back at it Thursday. That's an agreement to me as well. I'm okay with that too. Okay. I can tell you with certainty, people who get on this in the next 2 months and make it just natural routine for the summer, you're going to get more help this summer because it's going to be easy to go back and forth with me. And I used to go back, and I'll go back and forth with you all through the day if I have to. I remember having anywhere between 10 and 30 exchanges daily with Andrew and Luke while they were branching because they always did this. I never missed this from them. Questions or comments? Now, Doms, you're not going to do it with me. You're going to do it with your manager. Okay. Any questions? Anyone else that did it? Like the little spokesperson real quick? Don't have to. Okay. Nothing?
It's stupid not to.
It's stupid not to, once again. All right, let's wrap it up by going to the last folder, please. We'll wrap this bad boy up. I hate getting out early. What? Okay. You go here. You go to what's important now and open up the calendar. The one Jeremy and Eric looks like that. So it's the last folder, last handout. Okay. Give you 10 seconds to get that up. So if you could open up your monthly calendar and weekly, I guess, to this coming week. On the 19th, this coming Monday, we're supposed to have our next A squad call. Remember, there's only 4 in the semester. We already had 1, and there's only 2 or 3 more left. These A squad calls are a lot of checkpoints, office searching, so we don't have to take this prep to do that. So normally we go, what time? 4:15 to 5:15. I am moving this week's call to 5 o'clock. And if you can't make it, then you get the recording, but I have to move it because I have a coaching call I can't skip. Okay, so it'll be a 5:15 call this Monday.
Until
5:15, 6:15 latest, but you know us. So this, just for this Monday, will be 5:15 to 6:15. And if for some reason you can't make it, just gotta let me know ahead of time. Let me know on Sunday. And the topics are on the agenda. You have that already. It'll be a lot of office searching. In fact, let me show you what the call is going to be about. Make sure you have that. Okay. So we're going to cover office searching updates. We're going to talk about Facebook. You know, a lot of you did a nice job of getting onto your benchmarks. There have been some challenges with finding people who don't have Facebook. You know, there's a little bit of a challenge there in some spots, but overall we can overcome that. We're going to talk about getting out a final sponsorship, and just we're gonna essentially debrief this prep on Monday. So 5:15 to 6:15 latest. Questions, comments? Okay. Second thing with regards to the calendar. Okay. Kill meeting. Okay, that's the fancy term for divisional summer planning. And I just want to be clear. So for the exports, right? So Tracer and Dalila, you guys will be going to Georgia Division for their kill meeting, and you can open up your monthly. That's going to be March 22nd weekend. Okay. Virginia, we worked out a different agreement. You guys are going to go to Hurlman's kill meeting, but you're going to come to our summer April kickoff region kickoff in April. Okay. Any questions so far on that? So if you go to March 22nd weekend, I've done what's called compartmentalized. Sorry, I've compartmentalized the meeting so it's not it's not a general session meeting the whole time. So people like, for example, I think of Rhiannon Smith doesn't have to hear about the basics of, you know, something that only a branch needs to hear. Like we're gonna have like almost practically 3 meetings in one. Okay, so if you guys all go to March 22nd. March 22nd will be district managers only. No DOMs, no branches. So Thursday, if you're a branch manager, if you're a DOM, we won't see you on Thursday. And that's going to be roughly a 2 or 3 o'clock start time. I'll give you more details later. And we're going to cover in that section things that pertain to people who have that type of experience only. System manager corralling at a higher district manager level, district manager finances, district manager everything that's just for the vets. And this includes the 5 new guys. So Rhiannon, Sean, Brandon, Jackson, and Tyler. Okay, and PSM. Any questions? Friday will be all day, and it'll be everyone on A squad. It'll be it's the officially accepted DOMs. So Patricia, Giovanni, Tristan, Nefty, Double D, and those are the only official ones so far. And Eddie de las Cuevas, right? Those 6. Plus branches, plus districts. Okay, and we're working on the final logistics for the most part. I'll come back to that. So that's going to be everybody. That's going to be an all-day session. Call it like a 10 to 6 with dinner and fun after. Then Saturday, everyone will still be there, but we'll have breakouts. So there's going to be a vet manager breakout, which will be the veteran district managers and their DOMs, and then all the new offices together with me. And that'll be on Saturday, and that'll go till about, call it 12 or 1 o'clock. Okay, any questions on that? That's the next kind of big thing coming up on the calendar. Call it till 1 to be safe, but it might be till 12. I'm just working out some details. If you remember last year we did the ropes course. They've doubled and a half their prices, and they won't budge. And it's not quite fitting into the budget, so we might do something a little bit different. Okay. Cool. Cap sessions. This is for all the branch managers, and I'll cover this more in our one-on-one on our A squad call Monday. But cap sessions work like cap session stands for campaign attack plan. It's a fancy term for really in-depth planning for just your specific situation. Okay. On Saturday, the 24th of March, when I have that breakout just for the new offices, I'm going to do a group cap there. So things that apply to planning for everyone who's new. And then I will follow up with a one-on-one session. It'll be about 3 hours, 2.5 to 3 hours long for a branch or a new district manager, 3.5 to 4 hours long for a vet district. And the only reason the vet districts take longer because they already have teams we have to talk about. Okay. And if you look at the calendar, if you could open up the Florida United year-round calendar, I, for the most part, have all the sessions set. Okay. If you go to March, it looks, let me put it on the screen for you. If you go to March, okay. So the cap sessions are going to start week of March 26th. So if you could have your monthly calendar open. March 26th, Luke, we have our cap session on the 20th. So we have an earlier session. District managers, we're going to have your caps week of the 26th. Week of the 26th. And it's going to trickle into the following week. Yes, sir.
We're discussing over here in St. Louis. Are the individual one-on-one caps, are those like in person at the pilot? Or
yeah, I'm going to cover it. I'm covering that right now. Good question. Real good question. Okay. So if you go to right here on the calendar, it says March 19th to March 10th. Okay. So Monday, Vargas, just make plan. We'll solidify. I plan on having it live with you because you're already here for the kill meeting, or we can do it virtually. So you can either stay an extra couple of days and do it live or virtual. It doesn't matter to me. Tyler, I'll have you 2 to 5 o'clock. Okay. On Monday. And Tyler, if you want, you can add it to our notes. If you want to do it live, it really doesn't matter to me. If you want to do it live, I'll split a flight with you so you can fly back, but you have to take care of your own room and board for an extra 2 days, or we just do it virtual. This, to me, it's been just, how about this? I've effectively capped at it. Andrew Evans and I've virtually capped 2 years in a row, and it hasn't affected him. Okay. Tuesday is going to be Karina and Orlando. We're going to do that live. Orlando, if you're willing to come to the pilot, we'll do that at the pilot with me on Tuesday. On the 28th, that will be live. I'm going to fly to Tampa. So I'll be meeting with Mike in the morning. Jackson, I have you at 2 to 5. We might move ours later. Can you put in your notes probably like a 5 to 8? I know there's a potential division meeting that night that I'll speak at over in the Bay, but you and I will go from roughly 5 to 8 on Wednesday. That'll be live because I'll be there.
Sounds good.
Okay, Thursday, Carlos, and then Brandon. Brandon, make a note. I might flip-flop. If Carlos is going to delegate training, I'll do Carlos in the afternoon, and then you in the morning. Otherwise, if he's running training, I'll do Carlos 9 to 1 and you 2 to 5.
Sounds good.
Miss Rhiannon, I'll be there on Friday 9 to 12, and then you're going to drive me to the airport. Okay. And I'll give you 5 stars, I promise. Then you like that? Hey, do you know that I'm only rated a 4.79? Or 4. I don't know what happened. Someone got salty with me and rated me.
Talk too much.
I don't know. I've tried not to. All right. Is that what happens though? They rate you for talking too much? Maybe.
Now you know.
Andrew's gonna be on Saturday. Then the following week, Sean, I've got you 9 to 12. That'll be virtually unless you want to come to. I don't think you need to come all the way to Fort Lauderdale, but that's 9 to 12. And then the rest are all branch spots. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, on the next call, or maybe the March 12th call, I'm going to give you my calendar link, and you can book which spot you want to go to. Okay? And those will all be virtual, all the branch ones, because I'll be in Philadelphia, Delaware. Any questions so far on that? And then I want you to go to April and go to.
I have a question.
Oh, you have a question. Let's go.
Exports, are they having caps with you or with their?
No, you're okay. Good question. That's my next thing. Exports, you guys are going to have caps with your incoming the division manager you're going to work with, but I will be on call for questions to go back and forth as much as you want. Okay. In fact, I want to debrief your cap with Trey and then also with Herman, respectively. If you go to April, I'm sorry, if you go to hold on. April the 11th. Right, it's a typo on this one. It says March 11th. It should be 4/11. On April the 11th, Wednesday, I'm going to have an open conference call. Like I'll do an open Zoom. My caps will be completely done on the 10th. So I've got caps. We go to Jacksonville for a little bit, and I have 2 more cap days. I'm going to run a conference call in the morning for just open Q&A, like office hours, post cap. Okay. Next thing on the calendar, if you go to April. One more time, we already have the region kickoff in Jacksonville, 7th and 8th weekend. And then let's wrap up the calendar by going from today until April. Okay, so go to February in order. This coming Monday, we have our adjusted conference call, A Squad. DOMs don't need to be on it, just branches and new districts. So it'll be from 5:15 to 6:15, just adjusted. Okay. Office search leads on March the 2nd are due, round 2. Okay. So March 2nd, second round of office leads. So just to give you a time frame, this week and next week, like all the virtual office leads should have been due already. Your respective manager who's going to help find your office, you should send those to them. Okay. But remember, you should call through them first to narrow it down. And Orlando and Maggie, you guys have already done this. Can you just share any, you know what, never mind. I'll do this on Monday. That'll be for the Monday call. But this coming week and next week, you should call through the virtual leads and then figure out which ones won't apply and narrow it down. So Maggie was saying that she's got it down to like 8. It's because she's called all through the virtual leads already. If you're a first year, you're not behind. She's just ahead because she knows how it works. Okay, so you've already done all the research. Now it's time to call the research and knock out the people that won't apply or try to do a different research with bigger specifications. So before we go to Munich, before the 2nd of March, the goal is for some of you to have your manager already see some of these offices. So let me share with you who's looking for whose office, so you know who your point person is. Okay. So obviously, if you're from Carlos, if you're in Tampa right now, or you're originally from Tally, all of you, you're going to go to Carlos as your point guy. Mike Abramich is the other second point guy. I'm Kirsten. I'll be your point guy. Grant is going to go to Orlando. And all of the Miami guys, so Eric, Carlos are going to go over to Andrew. Did I miss anyone? And then, of course, exports, you're going to go to your division manager, to Trey Ketchum or to Brian Hurlman. Any questions? Clarify? No questions. Good. In March the 12th, we have our third divisional A Squad call. That'll be the normal 4:15 to 5:15 time. And then the following week on the 19th, we'll have one more. So it'll be back to back, the 12th and the 19th. Kill meeting 22nd through the 24th. April kickoff 7th and 8th. And believe it or not, right around the corner, we start hitting campuses, at least in Florida, April 9th. So how's that for the summer's here already? Crazy. Yeesh. Okay. Last thing, please go to the agenda, and we'll go through assignments. I'll put up on the screen. So please pull up the agenda on your computers. I'll make this bigger. Okay, so I've got 2 videos. Number 1 is the Greg Strine, not Greg String, sorry. Greg Strine Fast Start SLC talk. There's the link. And then I want you to watch the SLDM opening comment portion where I talk about the different opportunities, how I promote Cutco through college and how I promote 5-star. Can anyone, next level, can you tell me why I want everyone to watch me do that? So you're watching basically 57 minutes of my SLDM, specifically how I promote all the levels, Cutco through college and 5-star. Why would I want you to do that?
So we can promote things in the same way, but also that we can follow up in the most effective way.
Yeah, so it's consistent, and you guys are just as passionate and clear with our people. I can always tell how awesome of a job and how consistent you are by how your people come to SC1. Hey, Mr. Gambo, I'm so excited, and I am excited to be a 5-star recruit. Hey, I'm excited about doing cut crew through college. Like I'll know that from reps I haven't met yet at SLDMs. If they're saying that to me, I know you got a good culture. So those are the same as before. Those will be due Wednesday, March the 21st at 9 p.m., just like the videos last night. Questions, comments? Benchmarks, pretty self-explanatory. And then there's just a summary of the office searching. March 2nd, your territory live leads are due. So going to your territory or having the manager help you do that. March 12th, when we get back from Munich is when you should start looking live, or your managers look live. Don't wait. In fact, I think the Miami guys, since you've got some access, I think a lot of the next level guys, try and get your office complete. Like Sean, I know you've been going back and forth with me too. Try and get that thing completely done before Germany. Okay. Okay. And as far as office leases, March 16th is considered early. March 23rd is the goal. March 30th is latest to get your office lease. Cool. All right. Folks, let's wrap it up. What?
Let me show you something. So it's Chinese New Year here down in Tampa. Oh, you can't see it. But can you see the people?
Are they Chinese?
Yeah, but there was fireworks. There was like the big dragons. You know what I'm talking about?
Well, guess what? You were getting out 45 minutes early after this last part. You guys can go party with them. So real quick, you're gonna get 10 seconds or less. I like 15 seconds. Biggest 1 or 2 takeaways. What do you appreciate moving forward? I'll give you a chance to write it down, plan it out, so you're not winging it. We'll start in the pilot. We'll go to Luke Laughlin, Oscar Prada, and then Giovanni. Start with the pilot. Luke Laughlin, Oscar Prada, and Giovanni. Let's start here, Mr. Palacio, and kick us off. 10 seconds or less. 1 takeaway, and what do you appreciate?
Never get a HUD, and I again appreciate being home.
There you go. Good. Jeremy.
The way to set up like triple play and alley-oop during AT1, and I appreciate progress.
There you go. David Delgado. What do you appreciate?
Good music.
Okay. Good. Luke Laughlin, Oscar, and Giovanni.
I appreciate prioritization and execution.
Outstanding. Oscar, Giovanni, and then go Tracer.
My biggest takeaway was the best leaders manage through questions, and what I appreciate is the opportunity to grow the business.
There you go. Giovanni, Tracer, and Patricia.
What I appreciate is the opportunity to continue growing my circle of influence. Biggest takeaways are live communication is still important, and the objective-based AT1.
Okay, good. And what do you appreciate? I got it. Okay. Tracer, Patricia, then we'll go to the Bay.
A big takeaway is now's the time to just start focusing on your strengths. I just appreciate the simplicity.
Good. Patricia, and then we'll go over to Amanda.
My biggest takeaway was always be event conscious and assignment cautious, and what I appreciate is having the opportunity to be dominant this summer.
Good. We'll do Amanda, Ella, and then Tyler.
Yeah, what I appreciate is just getting some final knowledge on kind of getting an idea of what exactly it is to focus on for adventures.
What do you appreciate?
I appreciate being here and just being on scrap.
Good. Ella, then Tyler, and then Alex.
My biggest takeaway is just keeping track of all the stats to your reps, and I just appreciate being able to be here with everyone.
Good. Tyler, Alex, and then Tristan.
The takeaway I got was in the beginning, don't make permanent decisions based on temporary emotions. And I appreciate this Chinese New Year.
I know, I can hear it. Go ahead. Alex, Tristan, and then we'll go to Kirsten.
Biggest takeaway was for PDI, just really knowing and understanding like what your objective is for the call before the call happens. And what I appreciate is my parents.
Good. We'll go Tristan, Kirsten, and Rhiannon.
my biggest takeaway is to be objective driven rather than where like your reps feel good. Because they're hitting their objectives and they're gonna feel good. And
Appreciate the prep. We'll go Kirsten, Ree, and then back to Maggie.
My biggest takeaway is staying organized when it comes to web PDI, event management, like kind of communication with your reps, as well as making sure every single thing that you're going over with your reps is something that you know is objective to them and is personal for them. And as well as obviously like everything you can tell them over PDI. And what I appreciate is being in Tampa.
There you go. In Tampa, we'll go to Ree, over to Maggie, and then we'll finish up with the other side of the table.
One of my big takeaways was the great thing for how to check your time. And I appreciate you, Jeff.
Oh, I appreciate you. Maggie, and then we'll go to Brandon and Jackson.
The biggest takeaway would be how simplicity of objective driven is, and what I appreciate with sponsors.
Good. Go to Brent. There you go. Brandon Jackson.
Biggest takeaway is just benchmarks with PDI and just the layout and clarity of AT1. I would say I appreciate Kirsten putting all her makeup on my jacket.
That's awesome. And she would correct you and say it's Kirsten, not Kirsten.
Whatever.
He said it wrong on purpose.
Oh God. And then Jackson, and we'll go over to Tally with Dalila, JP, Sean, and Eddie.
Cool. So my biggest takeaway is train like Navy SEALs. So like when you get in those situations, you can save yourself the time thinking. And what I appreciate is technology. You know, being able to see everybody, being able to have meetings like this.
Yeah, this is crazy. By the way, we're gonna run both staff meetings in the summer like this, so you don't have to travel, so we can stay engaged in the office. You don't have to waste a day traveling. So, and we're also gonna be with 2-day training. We're gonna be able to do it 2 Saturdays, so nothing gets interrupted on a Tuesday.
Hey, you know what that means? Send it Saturdays.
Yeah, it's for the staff meetings. Yes, we'll go over to. We'll go over to Tallahassee, Dalila, JP, Sean, and Eddie, and they'll wrap up with Luke.
My biggest takeaway is just focus on your strengths, and that's the important part. And then I just appreciate the opportunity to run a business.
All right, awesome. JP, Sean, Eddie.
So my biggest takeaway was just the importance of prioritizing and protecting your time. You know, the whole you have an appointment line, just having a big 3 focus every day. What I appreciate is just my circle of influence.
Outstanding. We'll go Sean and Eddie. You're gonna wrap us up because Luke's already off.
Biggest takeaway is benchmark PDI, and what I appreciate is the district opportunities.
I appreciate it too. It's exciting to have 5 new districts. We'll go Eddie, and then Luke will wrap us up.
Biggest takeaways, just keep it simple, how to do big 3, and just take it day by day in communication. And then, what I appreciate is kind of the same thing, being right here with all you guys and being able to just do it virtually but still be connected.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else this summer than going to battle with all of you. It's going to be, and I thought last year was the greatest summer of my career. All right, Luke, wrap us up.
So the biggest takeaway is WhatsApp systems, and then what I appreciate is Europe.
Europe. Folks, have an awesome Saturday. We'll talk again on Monday. Do me a favor, as much as it feels good to end on a high note, which we do every prep, there's a lot of things we can still really be diving into. So let's make sure, I said this to one of you, let's control what we control now that really is going to impact our summer. And for those of you that are late with either assignments or late to the prep, please make sure you reach out to me and address that. There's nothing worse than not addressing it. We'll go from there. Thanks, guys. Have a great time.